It's got to have 2 out, though. So even with all that, what I have found, Mustache, is that the more decisions I make during a game session, the shorter my game session is because I'm mentally tired, whatever the actual reason. Um, and so I try and save the decisions from the past in the form of a blueprint so that I don't have to think about them as much in the present. And I can use the brain power for deciding something new, if that makes sense. Hi, kitty cat. This is the exact opposite of what I want to make. I think. BRB. Back. So on the case of statins, the case is very weak that statins are even a good thing for humans to do. And the case is also very weak that cholesterol is bad. There's quite a bit of research on it, but it doesn't get much play. The book Good Calories, Bad Calories makes by Gary Taubes, 670 pages, makes a very strong case that cholesterol was chosen because inside trading and stuff. But most of the cholesterol that the body has is produced by the body. It's a lubricant and it's a repair mechanism and fuel. A great example is that when you have a scab, the scab is cholesterol. There's a neurosurgeon out of Florida, I can't remember his name right now, but he would repair blood vessels in the brain. So he worked on the very tiny blood vessels. And he was curious as to the source of blockages because of strokes and stuff in the brain. And so he did a lot of work looking at the inside of arteries. And if you imagine the inside of an artery is like a tube, a garden hose. He said that cholesterol builds up inside in response to a crack in the arterial wall. And that micro crack is how, when the blood vessel expands, part of it expands and part of it doesn't. And so it tears. Just like when a muscle tears when you're building muscle, when you're lifting weights. That tear causes cholesterol to be sent to repair the fracture, to repair the tear. That repeated tearing is what causes blockages or loss of volume. And that repeated tearing results in the buildup of scabs, if you will. Imagine if you had a scab that you just kept picking at it and it would grow back taller and thicker. That's what's happening inside the blood vessels of a person who's got repeated tearing of the arterial wall. So it isn't that the cholesterol is bad, and getting rid of the cholesterol is not necessarily good. What's bad is the repeated tearing of the arterial wall, which leads to the buildup of the cholesterol. This is red and green. This is not a good setup. I need this green to go here, and this green to go here, and then this green to go into a red and green. Well, this is going to come out of this, but the other major use of cholesterol is a lubricant. So as the organs move around on each other, cholesterol is the slimy thing that makes it so that organs don't stick as you move. But yeah, Wes, have you read Good Calories, Bad Calories by Gary Taubes? I highly recommend it if you're into fitness and it looks like you're kind of knowledgeable on medicine. And then again, with your history, you'd probably be well advised to be so, eh? So this is going to be a 2, I need 1, 2, 3 red out. But one of these reds needs to be a full. So it's actually got to be a 1 to 2. And then it's got to merge with this. So I need 2 of these. Is essentially what I need. Interested in health? Maybe a better way to put it? I mean, I know you said you had some health challenges in the past, so... I wanted that one. I mean, the reason that I have knowledge about how the human body works and health and all that other stuff is because of the health challenges I've had. Fuck knows I've had a lot of them. I think I've got it all hooked up except for the pipes. At least on the output side. I need to just get the this stuff. Oh, that's a bummer. I think companies put far too much crap in our food. Doesn't need to be there, shouldn't be there. And then you need things like bread, where like mass-produced bread, almost all of it does need to be there. Well, American bread is a lot of sugar, and there's a lot of debate as to whether Americans should be eating the bread that we eat is not healthy. It's made from wheat, which is a weed, versus buckwheat, which is what traditionally uh, wheat-based products would be made from. And by traditionally, I do mean, thousands of years ago. I personally don't eat much wheat. Flour, hardly at all. All right, that takes care of that. think high fructose corn syrup is one of the worst things that a human can ingest. And the fact that we allow it in our food supply is a travesty. And I think I want to push that over by 2, 3, so I can get a power pole in there. I used to drink a lot of Mountain Dew, man. A lot of Mountain Dew. I really enjoyed it. As a matter of fact, I even went so far as to drink diet caffeine-free Mountain Dew. Because I enjoyed it so much. And people are like, ew, there's nothing. Somebody made a comment once that there was a spill of Diet Mountain Dew at the plant where it's made, and that they had to report it as a toxic chemical spill. And that tells you all that you need to know about how bad it is for you. And I'm like, they have to make that announcement regardless of what spills is anything other than water. It has to be reported as a chemical spill. Alrighty then, I don't know that this is what I want to listen to. Alright, we're just skipping this whole playlist. Well, one thing about human taste buds is that they will adjust. Yeah, I mean, I used to drink Coca-Cola too, and I've got stomach problems. Well, I'm healed from them mostly, but I had stomach problems to show for it. I used to drink a 2-liter a day. So, it's certainly not that good for you, but if you enjoy it, there's not much that somebody's going to tell you not to. It's like telling somebody who enjoys smoking that they need to stop. Good luck. And I really love freedom of choice. That's going to have to route that way. This should have been a top one, but that's all clogged up anyways. So. All right. I need one of those, 4 of those, 2 of those, 1 more of those, 1 more of those. I don't know that I got room for all this crap. Looking kind of dicey here, folks. Might have to swap this iron and copper so that I can get straight across with some of this. Also, I'm losing a couple of slots to this coal. I may run this coal farther up. Run it through here. Nope. Follow me, everything is alright. Thanks for the follow, gurgling horse. Well, we had horse fluids, so either those are bot accounts, fake accounts, or somebody has a thing for horses. Yeah, Mustache, I think so too, because what they essentially do is that they create the bot account and then let it sit so that it can bypass the verification time frame. Because most of the spam I've been getting lately has been from accounts that are like 13 and 15 days old. And you can tell it was created just for spamming. So I can tell that it was created just for spamming. All right, so some of these have got to drop off before this, or nothing's going to fit. So, what are you? Iron. I'm running 1 iron north and a whole bunch of copper. So I think what's going to happen is these coppers and irons are going to get swapped. So we're going to push this copper up here. And we're going to push this iron here. And then now I'm going to try and take no more than 3 off of any of these. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Horse makes me... Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's this button do? We're just going to ban that. And we're going to ban that. And we're going to ban that. Well, I'm sure it's just a word assembler, so they've got words that they put together, and it's just spamming the account creation tool. Kind of like how when you create a clip in Twitch, how it throws a couple of 3 words together to make the clip name. So I don't want all 4 of these to come from the same one. I really don't. I'm okay with 2 of them coming from there, but not all 4. Oh, I think I screwed that up. Yep, because this one's iron. What can I do here? God, I hate doing that. That double little under stuff like that. Don't have much choice, though. Yeah, I know these would get corrected as soon as it got built, but... It's annoying to me. Welcome back, Rolly. Did you have a nice nap? I know old guys like you gotta do the sleepy sleepy thing. I'm not even gonna do that. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So there's four coming up there. Yeah, I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I screwed that up too. You're not copper. Copper. Actually, Rolly, we were having a good discussion about cholesterol and diet and statins and high fructose corn syrup. And Coca-Cola. I want these four to come from this one. Now, as I recall, what I did here was I took 2 from here. To make it 3. 1 from here to go there for nothing. It's gonna be tough. Getting all this fitting in here. So this is an iron. Is there any iron here? Okay, so there's iron here. So let's just wire this iron. Like that. And then see what I got left. I got 1, 2, 3 iron left. 1, 2, and then 3. I know this is going to get broken, so I'm going to do that. And then I got 1, 2 that need to go there. Man, this is not my best design. Sort of stuff that makes you go bot design. what am I going to do here? Shit.
Follow me, everything is alright.
Horses, heavenly. Alrighty then. My factory? It's getting there. So if I follow the pattern I had from before, I want this. That's unfortunate. That gets those there. Yeah, I don't know how to prevent a follow set from happening, so it's just there. So I think iron's all set. I've just got 1, 2, 3, 4 copper to go. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copper available. Can't pass up a chance for a straight line like that. So I got 2 copper left. This and this. That's a bit challenging. Bummer. Well, that's kind of exciting. This might line up. Republican and odd thing to do everything in ghosts first? Oh, not for me.
Hello, how are you?
It's how I do pretty much everything. I ghost it. So like this is going to make blue modules, but I have a pretty extensive set of blueprints for things that I've designed. So this is my beacon builds, and they're just in pieces. I've got a skeleton of a stacker and unloaders and loaders, and then I piecemeal attach the other pieces. Some of my blueprints are available. If you hit exclamation point blueprints, it'll take you to my GitHub repo if you want to be able to see them, play with them, give me improvement suggestions, that sort of stuff. I've got blueprints that take you from the very beginning of the game up to yellow stuff. Yes, I have bots. When I first start the game, I start out with this tiny little thing that gets me belts and some science. And my second factory that I build, my second base, its primary purpose, in fact, pretty much only purpose, is to get me bots. Right there. It gets bots in the network and in my belly, or my armor. So I have my personal roboport turned off. So I've got them, but they're disabled right now. So they won't build these things. So I can do this design thing. Quick and easy. If you don't have something, you can still hit middle mouse here. And there's an option in settings. Is it in interface? Show all items and selection lists. This choice here. And what it does is that even if you don't have something researched, you can still select it here by middle mouse clicking. And so very early in the game, I set up control group 1 to be yellow belts, and 2 to be combat, and 3 to be pipes. 4 is red belt, 5 is rail, 6 is blue belt, 0 is letters, 9 is tiles. I don't have anything in, it's usually wires, but I haven't had to do a lot of wiring work. So that way I can just do that. I could increase this to 4 rows, but I usually use X to switch between them a lot. So I haven't found a need for the 4th one yet. All right, back to this. I think I've got them all. I'll only know when I hook it up. Yeah, those are built right here. It's built here. You're going to get your acid from back there. Acid's coming down from up here. right there. And those are connected. That's water. Water is hooked up. Water could come from there if I needed it to. This is actually oil, not water. So that gets changed. Those are there. That's going to get me my rocket fuel. Roboport coverage just on the neck. A really messed up layout. I don't like it so much. I dislike this layout so hard, folks. So hard, I dislike it. But we'll get it going. We'll see how it serves me. I'll refine it in a future version. Oh, I need to bring robots down here for the... I don't need this. I don't need you at all. But I do need robots down here to make sure that you get fuel, because I don't have... Where you're going, you're not going to get fueled. So I need you to, first of all, feed fuel to the train. Secondly, extend the robot network. To, why are you off by one? Oh yeah, because you won't fit there. If you were here, now it's going to have to go there. And how far does that get me? 0. 0% of the way there. It gets me 0. And this gets me 100% of the way there. Words cannot express how much I dislike this. We're just going to keep this and this. And that should reach. All right. If I mention how much I dislike this. This is a mini for rockets, which I don't need. This is a mini for fuel, which I used. So we're going to make a copy of this mini, and we're going to put it here, and we're going to change it. This is a mini of speed modules, type 3. I have no idea. What is this, 7.5 per minute? And today is 10:30. Iron plate, copper plate, coal. Yep, and it creates rocket fuel for trains. And then we select new content, and we go like this. Oh, turn off tiles. And we don't want any of this stuff. I needed to remove that. I needed to shift this whole thing over to 1. And we save it. And now we have a mini. Blech. There. Now it's independent. Now, where do I put this pig? I didn't put any radar on here either, but Earth, how does that work? If you scroll east, you get over. No, it doesn't wrap. If you scroll to the north, nope. You have a limited size map. Depending on the scale, when you set your options, if you hit exclamation point COE, you will get a link to the mod portal, and it has screenshots. But it's a limited size map, and on size 1 for the entire Earth, it's about 100 million tiles, square tiles. So it's in the README as well, the actual sizes, but there's also submaps, not just Earth. I'm doing one called Old World, where I have Europe and Russia and Asia and Africa and Oceania, or Oceania, if you want to be a jerk, which is like Australia and such. So it's about 50 million tiles, but I'm on scale 4, so I've got about 200 million tiles to deal with. And the reason I went with that was because I needed, because it's a limited. As long as this guy, Faceless Man, doesn't show up, we'll be able to have a conversation. But if he shows up, if he shows up, then he's just going to keep interrupting me.
We get what we deserve. Oh, we get what we deserve. And we're down we go. Oh, 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 we're down we go. Oh, oh, oh.
That's all right. I love the redeems. I'm happy to have you redeem them. Hi, Faceless. Thanks for being here. Figure all the things out yet. I figured out that I'm not making enough speed modules. How was your Monday up there on the Westy Coasty? I have built this thing for speed modules. I have to decide where I'm going to put it. I could attach it to this, although I really don't want to make that a 4-way. I don't want to put a 4-way in the middle of this, that's for sure. Or a 3-way. Because it just locks the whole thing up. I'm considering putting it here, although that makes my other work a bit more challenging. I've got some landfill to deal with if I put it there. But then I have to go over there in order to get my blue modules, speed modules. What's appealing about putting it here is that my speed modules come from pretty much the same place. I don't have to scroll or anything like that. They just get on board. But that'll have to be a big old 3-way, which I would be putting a 3-way right next to a 4-way, which I'm not excited about because I need 3 tiles in between in order to cover the distance. I need 3 grids, so power poles. Figure I need. It's kind of messy here. 1, 2, 3. So that's, I think, the third one. Because if I grab a 383 train and I stick it in here, it can fit mostly within 3. And this is technically the end of that intersection. If I expand this to 4, then that's that. It can hang its butt out into this intersection a little bit because these are all chain signals and it won't ruin things. So the closest, so that's 3. And that means that this is the earliest I could put a 3-way, which would put that there, which means that I would be going about right here, which is technically going to fit. What if I got a landfill here? I have to landfill this in order to support coal production. Or plastic production, rather. And, of course, all the other rivers. If I put it anywhere else, I'm just making it a longer ride for everybody else. I don't want to go over here because I don't want to get in the way of all of those resources that I might want. Can't go down here. I've already turned this into a cluster. Can't go here. Don't really want to go on to Jolly Old with this. Certainly don't want to come all the way back to Madrid. So I guess I've kind of made up my mind. It's going here. I'm just going to be doing some judicious land fill. All right. So might as well stop this from being neck down and make it solid so that I don't have to deal with that. Oh, geez, I'm going to lose 2 more power pole or of those. Hearing good stories multiple times. Kind of like watching a streamer, Crunch. You watch the same streamer over and